Hey guys, welcome to my Wild Rift gameplay of Ahri versus Yasuo. I recently started playing League of Legends. It was recommended to me by a friend, and I'm still learning. My plans are to document my journey. I don't know anything about item building or runes or anything of that nature just yet, but hopefully with time I'll be able to get there. So my plan for the early game is to be very aggressive, because when it comes to Yasuo, there are two things I'm looking out for. That would be his W and his E. His W could block my Q and his E could dash on me, so I would look to get Charm up as quickly as possible to counter that. I do end up taking a couple of good trades here. I am trying to keep the wave closer to my tower so I could have that advantage. The enemy does overextend there and he got punished for it. He did try to course correct and run out, but I was able to charm him and get the kill. My main focus now is to complete my objective of just pushing lane. So I'm just going to try to clear this wave and wait for Yasuo to come back to lane.
Remember this moment. Enemies.
Now, I want to talk about my ward placement. I've been told that the optimal spot to put the ward would be higher up the river, so I have a wider range of visibility. But in this scenario, putting the ward in the brush wasn't punishing for me, so that was a fine play, I suppose. This is just me looking back at the gameplay and looking at the little areas where I could improve.
Lane.
Okay, so I could see Yasuo coming back to lane. I will play this a bit defensively, even though I do have the level advantage, but he should be getting level 3 here, so I just want to be a bit more cautious. My main focus would be trying to get the wave closer to my end, just to give me that advantage, just so he pushed further towards my turret, as opposed to us trying to fight it out in the middle. So my plan is to just play it a little bit slow and wait for him to overextend. I got what I was waiting for, and he overextended just a little bit. I was able to get him with the charm and take a very favorable trade. I do want to be very cautious here because I am low on mana, which means I don't have any skills available. So I need to play this very defensively and just be very careful. At this point, I'm thinking about taking my back, so I'm trying to clear the wave to try and get that back. But the Yasuo could very well overextend, which he does. But unfortunately, I didn't have enough mana to get the kill. If I had more mana there, I would have gotten the kill on him. And on top of that, he takes a super risky dive, but I'm powerless against him. I did notice that Master Yi was trying to go in for the gank, so my initial instinct was to back away because I didn't want to get hit by his Q and get double teamed because I could die for it, which ended up being the right choice because that's exactly what he did, so that was a good prediction. I saw Darius, so instead of taking my back, I decided to push up mid with him just to try to get the kill on Yasuo. But honestly, that was a pretty risky play, and just to be safe, I probably should have taken the back and let Darius get the clear. But fortunately, I was able to still get the CS from that interaction and take my back without dying. At base, I decided to buy boots and Lost Chapter. I'm still new to the item building, so I'm just going with the recommended. I decided to TP back in lane to either push the lane or contest Yasuo when he pushes back down and just defend the lane. I ended up putting a ward in the brush, which was a very bad choice because the brush is already warded, and that was just due to me not paying attention.
I am wild.
Back in lane, Yasuo and we go back and forth, where he gets a couple of good trades on me. At this point, I'm just thinking, alright, let's just clear the wave and reset. Playing against this player, I noticed that they like to overextend, so all I need to do is just wait for my opportunity when he does it again. Right there, I see my chance, so I send in the charm and I punished him for overextending. And there he goes under the turret, and then I decided that he was not going to get away with that, so I ulted it just to try and secure the kill, which I was able to do because my charm came back up and I was able to charm him a second time and get the kill. Yi did try to gank me again, but he failed because I saw it coming. I took out a portion of his health, he ran away, So then I decided to just clear the lane and then take base, because Yasuo is gonna come back with more items when he comes back in lane. I didn't want him to get that advantage, even though I was in the lead. So I decided to base, buy another item.
Hungers for some.
At this point, I'm thinking I need to get back to mid to defend the turret. I noticed Yi and Yasuo both heading towards the dragon lane, and it disappeared in the brush. At this time, I'm still keeping my eyes on the map, just in case I see Yi and Yasuo go up to the dragon lane and I need to rotate. So I see Yi, then I see a slight glimpse of Yasuo, so I decided to push up for the team fight. I am being a bit cautious here, being mindful of my spacing because I don't want to overextend. I don't have ult up, so I'm just trying to draw them towards my turret because they are being hyper aggressive. So my plan is to draw them in and start picking them off one by one. I was able to secure the kill on Yi, and I was looking for a second kill, and I was able to get it on Jhin, which puts me in a good position to chase. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to catch them, and looking back, it would have been better if I just went to the top lane to clear the wave, protect the turret, and then take my base to buy my item, but I went for mid lane instead, which wasn't the best choice in this scenario. Here in mid, I have Darius with me, and I'm thinking that we could take on the Yasuo together, which is why I stayed in mid to fight it. But the Yasuo was playing extra safe because there were two of us. So Darius went down the river whilst I stayed fighting the Yasuo for a little bit. But then he noticed what was happening at mid, so he came back immediately, which was well played by him. And because of it, we were able to secure the kill. But I wasted my ult there when I really didn't need to. So now would be the perfect time to take my back after I clear mid. But I noticed Darius was fighting Yi down the river, so I tried to join the fight. But unfortunately, Yi got away. So Darius and I just focused on the Enchanted Ensemble. If I didn't waste my ult earlier, maybe we could have gotten the kill on Yi, but it is what it is. Now that we took down the Enchanted Ensemble, it would be the perfect time for me to back once again, but I didn't, and I noticed that's a habit I need to try to work on and improve in that area. I'm taking too long to go back to base to get my item to push lane again. Darius did summon the Enchanted Ensemble in the mid lane, and we tried to take the turret here. Yasuo was defending really well. He played that really well. He fought really hard to defend that turret, and I tried to be cautious, so I tried to keep the spacing, so he did force me back. Darius was still able to take down the turret, and I didn't want to be hyper aggressive here because I didn't want to risk giving Yasuo the kill. So I retreat to my turret, try to take my back, but then Yasuo overextended, and when I noticed, Darius and I went in for the tag team just to try and secure the kill, and luckily for us, we were able to get it.
Dominating.
Finally, after clearing the mid lane, I took my back. It did take a while for me to go back. Again, that's something I really need to work on, try and get my items a lot quicker. So now I'm looking for my next objective. I was thinking about helping in the Baron lane, but I wasn't needed there. I decided to rotate to mid. Now would have been a very good time to use a sweeper in the jungle just to deny the enemy vision. So I should have gotten the sweeper when I was at base. I saw Darius in the mid lane, so I pinged my team so we could gank him. But unfortunately, he got away in the mid lane, but that didn't stop us from chasing him. I noticed that he was trying to run towards his teammates, but I had my ult up, so I was very confident about the team fight. On top of that, we outnumbered them. There were 4 of us and 3 of them, so I was feeling pretty good about the fight. We were able to get 2 kills out of the 3 enemies that were there, which was fair enough. That was good. That was good.
Never let you
We tried getting the Soraka, but she was too far ahead, and yeah, we just couldn't get her.
memories.
But we were able to get the turret instead, which I'll take any day.
Turret destroyed.
This puts us in a pretty powerful position. I could have based here and get another item, or if I had a sweeper, I could have swept the jungle and denied the enemy vision. Instead, I went back into the Baron lane, so I could have played that better. Eventually, Ashe and I were chased out of the dragon lane. Good charm there on the Yasuo. So I just warded their jungle just for vision, but it looked like everybody was going at mid for a team fight, so that's where we went. I did try to keep spacing, keep my distance. The Yi was on top of me, so I did pull back from them because I didn't want all of them jumping on top of me. I tried to avoid the second hit on that ult, but my flash was just a little bit too slow, and I got hit by that, and on top of that I missed my charm on the Malphite. So yeah, it wasn't the best of plays, but it wasn't the worst either. I could take my back here. Once again, it was a perfect opportunity, but I saw Yasuo in the jungle and I decided to chase him instead. But honestly, it would have been better if I just went back to base, because I didn't get the kill on the Yasuo anyway. It was just me being a bit too ambitious. You know, I am taking the back now to get that item and then look for the next objective. So I decided to TP down to mid to support the Jinx. But by the time I got there wasn't anything for me to do really. There wasn't much to do. So I cleared the wave and tried to push up a little bit with Jinx to see if I could get away with that. But unfortunately, there was no shot. So we pulled back, and at this point in time, I didn't really have a clear objective, which is a bad thing because I should always give myself a personal objective. Maybe I could have swept their jungle or poke at them, you know, to chunk out their health or something. Eventually I decided to settle on clearing the mid lane. But when I looked at the map, I saw Yi and Ashe going at it in the dragon lane, so I decided to go up the river to support the Ashe. But honestly, I probably should have stayed mid and take their tier 2 tower. I think that would have given us more value. By the time I got there, the Yi was dead, and we had the opportunity to engage a Yasuo, but he's playing super defensive and running away, so catching him would have been hard. I did try to charm him, but that missed, so I had to let that go. And another missed opportunity here, because I could have had a sweeper and swept their jungle on my way to the mid lane to join the fight. When I finally got there, I got CC'd, which I wasn't expecting, but luckily I had my ult, so I was able to ult out of it, get the assist on the Malphite and take down the Soraka, but unfortunately the Yasuo took me down there. They completely demolished us in that team fight. They came out on top. We got 2 kills, they got 4.
Down.
So I finally got my sweeper and pushed down the mid lane. At this point, I'm not sure where the enemies are, so I wasn't too sure what to do until I saw them in the Baron lane. But to be honest, I should have just pushed the tier 2 tower to put us in a better position and then rotate. As soon as I got there, I got CC'd. I couldn't flash out in time. I couldn't use my ult or anything, and I just died for it. But my team, I think, did a pretty good job holding down the Baron lane. I don't think they did bad at all. They were trying to get the Darius, but he was able to hold his own until Kog'Maw came to assist him, which was really good. They were able to get a kill here on Malphite, and yeah, I feel like they did really well defending.
I lived and live an eternity.
After coming back, I ended up at mid. There was a fight going on there, so I decided to join that. Got the assist on Yi and saw Jin trying to back, so I ulted on him to get the kill.
Carry the light.
I scanned the map for my next objective and I noticed Yasuo in the Baron lane, so I decided to TP down there to see if I could stop his advance, or even better, get the kill on him. Kog'Maw decided to come down to assist, and Ashe also came as well, which was really good. The Yasuo was trying to back here, but I was able to charm him, and because of that we were able to get the kill on him, so that was a really good play. So I'm down here trying to just clear the lane, get rid of the minions because we don't want them taking tower, and I'm just gonna take back here so I could get my death cap and then start pushing up again. I could see that something's going on in the mid lane, so I decided to push down there to join any fights and get any kills or assists where possible. I wasn't really needed here, but I decided to push down here just in case. I did try to go for their T3 tower, but the enemy did really well in fending me off, so I decided to go down to assist with Baron instead.
I'm famished.
At this point, the game is pretty much guaranteed for us. I don't see us losing from this position at all. So I decided to stick to the mid lane and push up a little bit. I'm just gonna wait for the minions here and see how the enemy team advances, and yeah, just take them on in mid and see if they could. Well, they're gonna try to stop us, but I don't think they can at this point. So I'm looking at the map and I'm thinking, you know, my team could go for objectives if I'm able to keep the enemy team at mid. So that's what I do. I play with them at mid for a little bit, try to get their attention so they won't go anywhere else whilst my teammates are doing other things around the map. And as soon as they got the dragon, they came down to mid and we decided to play aggressive, because at this point, I mean, there's no way the enemy team could stop us. So we just went all in on fights and took out as many of them as we could, so we could go back in and push towers. Yeah, so I was finally able to get the T3 tower here and then get the one from the dragon lane as well, and we're in a very strong position at this point. It's just game over for them. Yeah, and that's pretty much my analysis of my gameplay. If you notice there are things that I could have done better that I didn't mention, please let me know in the comments. I am still learning, you know, it's just me analyzing the map, thinking about objectives, things to do constantly, you know, so I'm never guessing or trying to figure out what to do. I'm still working on that. I think this was a very good game. I really enjoyed it. I don't know much about item building or runes yet, but I hope to get there eventually, which would make me a better player. But yeah, any advice, any tips, anything like that, 100% welcomed. Please let me know, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.